What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Malika. If it's your first time seeing my face, I'm an American expat who has lived in 3 different countries, and I love giving advice to people about moving abroad, setting up your new life, and starting over outside the US. If you've been considering the leap yourself and really want to make this year the year you move abroad, keep watching this video because I'm going to go over some really important details you need to get started. So today we're talking about some of the practical things you need to know to get started moving abroad. Visas, finances, and building a community that makes you feel safe. So let's get right into it. So first up, visas, and this is one of the most important steps in making your dream of moving abroad come true. And it's going to be the most complicated and difficult, and every country will have different rules. So the first thing you need to decide is where you want to go, and then start thinking about the kind of visas that you need to get there. And a lot of these like move abroad, digital nomad, expat influencers are just giving you advice that's really just illegal immigration. I will only give you advice about moving abroad legally and making sure you set yourself up for long-term success. So take the time to do it the right way. If you're confused on where to start, check out the local immigration website of each country you're interested in. It should be a site that ends in like .gov or .gov or something like that, so you know it's the official one. You can also reach out to the embassy or consulate in the target area that you're moving to and kind of just get a better idea of advice, the application process, legalities, and things like that. They're usually a really good resource for the most up-to-date, accurate information and can also give you a list of immigration lawyers if you're interested in that. And honestly, that might be a really great way to go, especially if you have a complex situation, if you're moving with a big family or have some maybe medical issues. It can really be helpful to leverage a lawyer that has the expertise, the connections, and can help expedite the process and then just make sure it goes smoothly. That will add up a little bit in terms of the cost, but it might just be your best chance for getting success on your first try. One of my friends was trying to get a Bali digital nomad visa for a while and was trying to figure it out on her own. She eventually just ended up going to a lawyer or agency that helped out with it, and she got approved for a 2-year visa. And it was just like really, really easy to do, like with the help versus trying to navigate it all on your own. So don't be afraid to go that route. Next up, finances. This is a big one, and managing your money is no joke, but it is essential for a smooth transition to leave your old life and set up a new one. So number one, international bank accounts, they are important and they're really not as scary as they might seem. There will be some bureaucracy, there will be some paperwork. You might need things like proof of address or proof of your visa that you're legally residing there, things like that. And of course, maybe proof of income, like the source of your finances. You can usually go to a bank or look online and figure out what the requirements are for foreigners to open up a local bank account, and then just kind of start organizing documents from there. And also, depending on where you earn your income, like if you are a digital nomad and just kind of do everything in the US and earn all your money in the US, you might be able to get away with not opening one for a while, but that will depend on how your landlord accepts payments for your rent. So you might have to have one to pay your rent and pay some local bills, or you might not and be able to just put things on kind of like an international credit card or do international wire transfers. So up to you. And before you leave, make sure you get a credit card that has no international fees. That's going to help you, number one, rack up points for travel, and number two, save on all those currency fees when you're charging things. You can also look into some like reliable quick money transfer services in case you don't do the international bank account and want to keep your old US one, but need to move money around. Or if you close or freeze or keep no money in your US account and then need to suddenly move money from your international one back home for some reason, like if you're sending money to family. So maybe just keep those options open as well. And if you're struggling to juggle your budget, like maybe you earn money in multiple currencies, like when I was living in some places, I would have some consulting contracts in the local currency, but also like another US based job at home. So I was kind of like juggling multiple incomes and multiple currencies. You can use different apps to better track your finances and also convert those currency rates so you just know what you have coming in, what any fees are associated with it, and all that stuff. And before you leave, be sure to have a realistic idea of the cost of living in your target city. Understand what the cost of rent is, utilities are, grocery shopping, getting around. If you need to get a car, all of those things can add up and just be very, very different. So make sure you have done your research before moving so you know what you're getting into. And don't forget the tax implications. Depending on your visa or employment status in a new country, you might have to pay local taxes. And if you are an American, you may also have to still pay US taxes. So As an American citizen, you will always have to file a tax return, but depending on the amount of money you make, you may not actually owe. So you can use services like My Expat Taxes to kind of navigate that. And also check out irs.gov for the latest updates on requirements for tax filings for US citizens abroad. And not related to finances, but don't forget to vote. I have voted in every election via absentee ballot. So whenever it's time to vote, be ahead of the curve, right? We know elections are in November. Couple months before, start requesting your absentee ballot, go through that process. You can start on votefromabroad.com. I think that's the website I used. That just kind of helps you understand the deadlines and how to request your ballot. But don't neglect your civic responsibility. You can vote very easily no matter where you live. And finally, and probably the most important thing to your overall emotional and mental well being, is finding a sense of community. Moving to a new country can be really isolating and really scary, especially if you don't speak the language. So you're going to need to be really proactive about like building a network, making new friends, putting yourself out there to kind of really settle in and make your new life your own and feel at home. I love Facebook groups for stuff like this. You can literally just search like Black Americans in whatever country, expats in whatever country, and you will find a group. There's also services like Internations, which is a global expat platform. They have really amazing resources and a lot of local chapters. I've been involved in Italy, which is where I lived before, and also in Hong Kong, which is where I live now. And it's just been an amazing way to settle in and meet people. They also have really helpful forums, just like full of information about everything from like neighborhoods, house, apartment hunting, job hunting, different kind of consulting opportunities. So a lot of really, really good information that'll help you out. You can also think about networking events and industry specific things depending on what you do to kind of really plug into that community and that professional network in your new city. So don't be too shy. Don't be too introverted. I know that can be a challenge, but one of the biggest keys to success is being able to really put yourself out there and just dive into it. You have to be proactive. Like no one is going to come to you and go out of their way to embrace you if you are not also putting in the effort. I would also suggest considering volunteering in different local activities like charitable initiatives and things like that, just because, again, it can help you meet people who you have similar interests or similar concerns or passions with. I can't tell you enough how rewarding it is to live abroad as a Black expat and have just completely changed my life, learned so much, seen so much, been exposed to so many different cultures. It's such an incredible journey that is just filled with so many opportunities for personal and professional growth. But you just need the right resources and the right strategy to get started and make it work. So hopefully this video helped you out a little bit in that process. If you have more questions about moving abroad, please let me know in the comments, and please consider subscribing to this video. I am really trying to grow this channel to 6,000 followers, so any kind of subscribing, liking, sharing, or commenting would really, really help me out here. Get the algorithm to show me some love. I would appreciate it so much. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. And also don't forget to check me out on Instagram and TikTok. See you in the next video.